Hey everybody, welcome back to the E3 Hangar, and today we got a really fun video. We're going to go behind the scenes and talk about how all the music was created for the marathon key flight that we did. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's dive in. I want to talk a little bit about how all the music was created. We've got a lot of requests from people that were asking us about the soundtrack and where the music come from and things like that. So we're going to kind of walk through all that and kind of go through the video at the same time and talk about why we have certain songs where we did, what we were trying to accomplish with certain songs, how we created the music and things inside this whole video. To kind of give you a little bit of background, it all started with the song at the end of the video. That was the title song. That's kind of like the original song, the country version you hear at the very end of the video. Go check that out. You can also download that music on our website. Go to e3aviationassociation.com.
The sky's my only everything. Fly away, take to the skies today.
So we took that original song and then we went back to create different variations of that song based on what feelings we're trying to accomplish in the actual video. We used some tools like ProTools, we used some AI in there, we used some programs called Kontakt, loops, things of that sort. If you're not into music production and stuff, which we are, ProTools is kind of the staple in the industry for recording artists. After we took that main song, we ran it through some of the AI tools, and then we took that song and then we had to bring it into ProTools, and then we did some edits, we lengthened it up, we started to roll in some loops and things like that, or we would take some segments of the song and have to add some bars and that kind of stuff. And then we also used a tool called Kontakt, which we can get more sounds from and some different loops and things like that. So let's go ahead and dive into the first song here. And the first song is, I told you, we want to kind of have this little feel. So in the very beginning, you'll hear it where we're kind of just starting out.
We've been wanting to take this,
and then we do a little bit of talking stuff. So we had to edit all of this slow stuff in the beginning as we're talking. Then we get into where the song starts to take on a life of its own, which is right here. Then we get into the same lyrics that you hear in the very end song. Then you'll see here that we want to try to get to the point where we're taking off, and then as soon as we lift off from the runway, the song takes off. Here's what it's like. After we get finished with that little trance house beat kind of song coming out of Fort Lauderdale, we're heading back down through the Class Charlie. Then we wanted to kind of transition into this little beach feel, because now we're off the beach of Fort Lauderdale. You've got the Fort Lauderdale beach, all the hotels, and it's just a really great vibe. We wanted to change into a little bit more of a beach vibe.
Engines scream, I'm breaking through. The runway fades away, the sky's in view. Grip the yoke, my heart takes flight, chasing stars into the night.
Fly away, take to the skies today.
So as we're coming off of Fort Lauderdale Beach and we're down into Hollywood, and we're going to start to roll into the bay north of Miami, we go into a transition song. Remember, I talked a little bit about in between all the main songs with the lyrics, we got kind of a little bit of transition song. Same chorus, it's more just instrumental with the same key changes. This is an example of just before we get to Indian Creek Country Club and Community of one of the transition songs.
just wanna fly, fly, fly away. The sky's my own.
As we come out of Indian Creek, now we're getting into the Miami, so we're gonna get back to one of the main songs again. Now this song, we want it to be a rap song, kind of like Pitbull feel, Miami as we talked about, and it's a pretty cool song as we did this. Same lyrics again, same keys, and we just get into a different feel.
The engine screams, I'm breaking through. The runway fades away, the sky's in view. Grip the yoke, my heart takes flight. Chasing stars into the Miami night. Miami Beach, we got you. Clouds dissolve away, the heavens are calling me. Wings of carbon, they will keep me free.
So as we leave Miami, we come out of Government Cut, we take a right, we have Fisher Island there, and now we're getting into Biscayne Bay. So we wanted to kind of leave that nightlife, city of Miami feel, and we want to get a little bit more back into more of the Keys feel now. Not even the beach feel, but now Keys feel, but with a little bit of that, still that little bit of a Latin flair. And that's where we kind of make that turn into the Biscayne Bay area.
Take to the sky, babe. Let's go away to a haven by the bay. I just wanna fly, fly, fly.
Now we're getting down to the north side of the Keys, where we're getting into the Ocean Reef Club, and we are in the Keys. So we really wanted to pick up the pace a little bit, transition more into that real islandy feel and the typical Florida Keys kind of feel that you would get when you're in that area. So we take that song all the way down into landing at Marathon Key, park the plane, go through the FBO, and then we're jumping in our car to go to the restaurant. And this is where we're going to transition over to being right there on the Marathon Key, going to the Island restaurant, which they really took care of us down there. And we wanted to give it more of that kind of feel.
Restaurant where all the boaters dock, time to have some fun away. It's silent time all day today. See you around the block.
The song after the restaurant, when we got back to the airplane and then we took off and then heading back up north out over the ocean, we wanted this to be a big, big song, like a big transition. We wanted epic horns and epic strings and some nylon guitars and things like that in there. We really wanted to give it this kind of big orchestra feel as we took off. And as soon as we take off, we wanted that song to transition into that big feel as we turn out over the ocean. And that's what we tried to do on this song, Taken Out of the Keys. After we came out of that big epic song when we take off out of the Marathon Key, we get out of the ocean. Now we wanted to kind of bring that epic kind of feel back down to something a little softer, a little slower, a little bit more feeling to it, because now we want to have this ocean feel. Now that we're going to be flying over these absolutely incredible views that we got on this flight, we want to kind of transition it into that when we're flying over a lot of the reefs and people are diving and the boats are out there and this really great ocean feel. And that's where we kind of made the transition here.
The engines roar, I'm breaking through. The runway fades, the reef in view. Grip the yoke, my heart takes flight. Aqua waves ignite the light.
So after the big epic song, then we slow it back down. Now we're going to start flying low over these reefs and over the boats and over a couple of lighthouses and things like that. Now we wanted to get back to that faster feeling, a little bit more upbeat and things. So we take it into a little bit more of a trance kind of feel right here. So with that same song, now we wanted to transition. After we're flying over all the coral and all of the reefs and stuff, we're going to transition now, that same song, and now bring the vocals back into it as we're taking off towards Miami again.
Clouds dissolve away, the heavens are calling me. Wings of carbon, they will keep me free. Speed of sound, I'm breaking thought. The sky is my only
So now we leave the north side of the Keys and we're getting to Miami Beach. I mean, the ultimate party town and an incredible Cuban culture. So of course, we wanted to bring in the Cuban feel as we got to Miami Beach.
Miami Beach!
So we're coming out of Miami Beach and we're getting north into Fort Lauderdale and heading back into Fort Lauderdale Executive. Now you're going to hear the title song that started all of this. And it's a country song, country version. You'll hear it at the end here. We're going to go ahead and play the whole thing for you so you can enjoy the song. But please go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you like this type of video, please let us know in the comments below and we can do some more of these for you. So I hope you enjoyed the behind the scenes and how and why we created all the music we did for this video. So we're going to go ahead and let you hear the title song in its entirety. So thank you guys and take care.
The engine screams, I'm breaking through. The runway fades away, the sky's in view. Grip the yoke, my heart takes flight. Chasing stars into the night. Clouds dissolve, the heavens are calling me. Wings of carbon, they keep me free. Speed of sound, I'm breaking away. The sky's my only everything. Fly away, take
We finally got this day done. And all the stars aligned, everything was perfect for that day, other than some of the mechanical issues and electronics and stuff like that. But other than that, it was a flight I'll probably never forget.